Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Zelda 2, The Resurrection of Ganon, a fan-made hack of Zelda 2. So we left off last time in outside Saria Town there. We got the fire spell. Basically we were told that we need to head into Death Mountain to get a hammer. But we're not ready for that yet. Death Mountain, just like in the base game, is really hard, filled with those Daria, those alligator enemies that have axes. What makes them a little bit easier in this game is you have the shield spell that grants the reflex status as well. So you can actually block the Daria's axes, the red ones that throw them, and then also you can stand toe to toe with the orange ones that don't throw the axes because your shield will block it. So it does help, but still, going there, which is basically like attack power 2, or even 3, it's not really advisable because they'll take so many hits. So, and it seems like damage has been really increased in this game. It seems like the enemies do a lot more damage than normal, or either that or the your life doesn't really increase your defense at all. Because enemies just seem to hit like trucks in this game, especially when you get to the Eastern Continent, where Palace 4, 5, and 6 were in the base game. So, and here is Begu's cabin. No Begu here. Dark adventures require knowing. Lessons in Nightmarish Kingdom. Don't know what they're talking about, but I know that I'm giving you some lessons on how to advance through this kingdom. Use the guard spell whenever possible. Like I said, your match will be filled up when you get those pots. Pots drop every 6 enemy type. So small enemies will drop a blue pot or a point bag, and then large enemies will drop a point bag or a red pot. So just gonna wander around here, go to all these little zones that are hidden in the forest here. Just to take out these rats and these bouncing rats, kangaroo rats, I guess you can call them. And there's also the point bag. Increase our points. Get a lot of that. Take advantage of all that free experience that the game throws at you to be at the proper level to basically go to Death Mountain. Just want to get the encounters off the screen. Head here. Take out another one of these layers, enemy layers. Just here to annoy you if you don't know where Begu's place is. But it's not really important to go to Begu's place. It's not like, as we saw in the last episode, the river, the bridge crossing the river is already there. So you don't need to tell the riverman to open it up for you. So we can just stroll right into Death Mountain. But when we get to Death Mountain, we're going to have to basically go backwards. Because the hammer is in the first cave that you normally go right into. But we'll actually be able to see the hammer. But we don't have the jump spell to make the jump to get the hammer. So we have to go all the way around and approach the hammer from the other side of the cave. Which unfortunately means we have to find the key in Death Mountain. I said that key is in where the original base game has the hammer. So it's a unique way to go through Death Mountain. Like I said, if you wanted to, you can go the back way through the bridge. But I'm gonna go this way just to get more experience and just, you know, obviously increase my levels and skills because of that. So heal myself up here. And eventually I'll just be making a straight shot through, but eventually I will come back and show off that bridge and the other caves that I didn't go through. Kind of like how I did in bonus Bub episode in my Legend of Zelda the Adventure of Link playthrough. Bonus Bub, I showed off all the caves I didn't go into, and also the Maze Island zones. So there's the hammer. So we can't get it. We have the jump spell, but we don't. Jump spell is still in Rudo Town, same as in the base game, but as you saw, it's blocked off by a rock. So you need the jumps. Well, you need the hammer to get the jump spell. If you have the jump spell, you can get the hammer. We're just gonna have to go a different way to get the hammer. Take your time here. Take advantage of your sword beam getting shot out. Now this is a longer route through Death Mountain, but the game, I guess, realizes that, and they actually have 2 fairies hidden in some of the caves. I guess they're really not really hidden because they're right in the open. But yeah, there's 2 fairies that will refill your life and magic in these caves. One is in the cave where you get the key or the hammer in the base game, and then another one is basically kind of in the halfway point. So they, the developer obviously thought ahead. So, figuring out looking at my map, planning my way. Whenever there's a chance, like I said, to take damage, best use your shield. There's going to be some of those Daria, the axe-wielding dudes here. Axe-wielding crocodiles. I should have just attacked him right there because, like I said, the reflector would have blocked his axe. But I wanted to, thought I can get a better positioning on him. And this way that'll take us back to the left where we don't want to go. He snuck out, and unfortunately we got hit. Trying to avoid the bat, I ended up getting hit by the axe, which probably hurt a lot more. But we're getting close to where the fairy is, so it's okay that we took that damage. Because we got the fairy right in this little cave right here. And we can walk over the one-tile gaps. I should have been smart and waited to clear out all the Octox, then got the fairy, but because I could have potentially taken some damage there. Here we got annoying fish enemies. Like I said, they seem very more aggressive in this game. They shoot fireballs more often. It seems like an easy way to get past them though is like you kind of walk forward and then when they pop up, duck down, because they tend to jump high. They they'll just sail over your head. This guy. As you can see, with just attack level 3, it's taking quite a few hits. But we will get that attack level 4. Do this. Good for experience. This cave is really, really annoying. Gobaya here. Luckily you didn't throw too many boomerangs. Sometimes they get really spammy with their boomerangs. And we have another Daria, so 2 tough enemies that could really cut down into your life. We don't have the life spell like we would have in the base game. We won't get the life spell until we get to the other continent. Of course, even if we did get the life spell early, we wouldn't have enough magic to cast it. As you can see, we only have that one magic container. There's your guard here. This is where the reflect is good, because you can just kneel on the edge here. If they hit you with the axe, it's going to reflect off your shield. If you didn't have that reflect property on your shield, it would hurt you. I guess you have just a wooden shield, and the axe would go through it, cut your hand. But now you have the magic shield. And we're almost at the whatchamacallit, where the hammer, where the key is going to be to allow us to get the hammer. Get a free red jar here, not that it's really all that useful. Let's just head on out. And where the match container was in the base game, there is now going to be a point bag. And probably the most annoying kangaroo rat in the entire game. He is, you fall down and you're just really in tight quarters, and you'll see he takes a lot of health off of me. Now, just like in the base game, if you die, you'll basically restart with full life and full magic. But, I'm of course going to go through without dying in the game. So what I'll be doing when I take a lot of damage is sometimes I'll just be kind of doing like some farming, either pot farming or trying to farm for a fairy on the overworld. So you guys can see I'm basically like one hit away from death, 1 or 2 hits away from death depending on what hits me. So my plan here was to just summon enemies and try to get a fairy to appear. But what ends up happening is not very cooperative. So random number generator ain't in my favor. So what I end up doing is just end up fighting 2 of the weaker enemies, and that'll get me enough experience to take a life level up. And then I'll just be I'll be back down because the life is cheap at only 50 experience points. So I'll still be close to getting attack level 4. I'll be able to get that in the next cave really easily. Sometimes, like I said, just find an easy enemy group, take them out. That's going to be really important in the Maze Palace. There's no real order that you can... Well, there's sort of an order that you can do the palace in. But it's not as set in stone as the base game. So, I ended up doing the Maze Palace as the 3rd palace, when you can potentially do it as the 4th or 5th. So I kind of go through with low magic, and so a lot of times I end up stopping and farming, fighting. Luckily that dungeon though is full of these bats, those blue bats that respawn when you just like walk off the screen, and they easy to farm for pots. Of course, I don't have a lot of luck. I'm several, from when I record, do the voiceovers, I'm several episodes ahead in terms of video. I don't have the good luck, just like I didn't have with the farming and the fairy there. I don't have good luck with the thing. Sometimes I really want a blue jar to drop, and I get a point bag. Normally you want point bags, but at that point in time, the point bags you get are only like 50s because they're for the small bats, and 50 ain't really helping when you're at that level. You see the cave is kind of collapsed in there on the right, so can't go that way. There used to be another passageway in the base game over to the left. You can get a red pot, but you'll see that there's another collapsed area here. So see that the dungeon is kind of the same, but a lot of the stuff is altered to reflect the coast and the change, the upheaval in the land from that coast. Keep walking. There's another fairy here coming up, but this time I'm actually going to be smart and go. I don't really need the fairy now, so I'm going to go over, get the key, fight a bunch of enemies, and then if we lose any life fighting those enemies, I can just restore it there. Because unfortunately the fairies don't respawn, so on our way back we won't be able to, get that fairy again in that Octorok cave. So this is about playing smart. And that's not smart, jumping into that Octorok there. Sometimes I just get a little impatient. But we can get the fairy here now to heal up that damage. So that was a good thing I said I didn't get that fairy, because I took that extra damage there. Just be patient, let these blobs jump off the pit. Don't have to worry about them then. The red ones I've noticed, they can jump really far. It's really annoying when you just get them in the palaces. Those bots have caused quite a bit of damage. Such a tiny, insignificant enemy, but they can jump really crazy. Also, another enemy that is kind of annoying, that normally isn't bad in the base game, of the bubbles. Bubbles, normally you can predict where they're going to go because they hit a wall and then they bounce off at an angle. In this game, like, sometimes the bubbles just, they'll randomly change direction. And that's really annoying because just like in the base game, the bubbles will drain your magic when they hit you. So now we have to trek back in through back through Death Mountain. Basically, we're going to take a split where we went the Octorok path. Instead of going there, we're going to go in a different cave, take us back to the beginning of Death Mountain area. So we're going to have to repeat a few of the caves here. Luckily, the enemies don't respawn, big enemies at least. These little tiny ones, like the bots and the little bats, they will respawn, but big enemies like the Gavayas, the Darias, they won't be coming back, so helps a little bit. Take out the bat. No need for that pot. And just be careful. There we go, take him out. Now I'm just gonna keep heading back. This is where we'll 2 more caves where we're making our change. We got the fish cave coming up. We got a new area to go back. We'll see why that key was important. Let's get through the fish area first. You see, yeah, when they come in, when they jump over, enter the screen jumping up, just duck down. They'll fly right over your head. That was a really badly placed fireball there, or rock they spat out there. It looked like it was in the middle and it wouldn't sort of block it low or high. So now here's where we make our change. We'll head to the left here. Going up will take us to a different path. So we just head out this way. That'll put us back on track. We'll go the other way, the up way else. It takes you kind of back to that, on the map I have it marked G, Cave G. So let's use our shield again whenever you have full magic, might as well just use your shield. Because most likely, they're going to be a pot drop eventually. The game seems to, tries to seem to, put, at least 6 enemies in each area to basically almost guarantee you get a pot drop. I mean, it's not guaranteed because you may get the point bag, but the probability of getting one is pretty good. Like I said, it's a 7/8 chance. Get him out, and we finally get our hammer. And that's going to open up a whole bunch of new areas, including the first palace. But just like how we had to prepare for the Death Mountain by doing some grinding, we're doing a little bit of grinding before we head into the first palace. The first palace is still going to be the same palace, Parappa Palace, but instead of being in the desert, as we saw in the last episode, it's now a forest area. But we have a bunch of places we can go now with the hammer. We can explore a whole bunch of caves. We can get that jump spell. And if you have a high enough magic level, once you get the jump spell, you can actually get the downward thrust. But I will not have that, so. Well, take care. See you in the next episode. Bye.